Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Baba ki Jai. If they made a movie, and they made a movie called Finding Nemo, but suppose the premise of the movie was that Nemo goes looking for Nemo. If you say it's absurd, the movie starts with a character named Nemo, and he says, "I have to go and find Nemo." You say, "What a crazy movie is this? Isn't it strange?" But when we say, "I'm looking for the self," I want to find the self. Why is that not absurd? It should be, isn't it? What must you be to go finding the self? And the word self itself signifies self. I'm going to find myself. Myself. This is the funny seeker identity. And we have always been seeking humanity. We've been seeking different things. But we come to this seeking, which is now looking for the self. Because it got tired of finding these transitory things, things that come and go. And somewhere, all of us know that the death of the body is approaching. That is inescapable. What they say. There are two things which are inevitable: death and taxes. So death is coming. And as we know this, we want to go beyond this. What is beyond death? It doesn't matter how old we are. In the Indian scriptures, there's a young boy called Nachiketa who also has the same conversation with the god of death, who offers him all kinds of worldly pleasure. He says, "Don't ask me for this knowledge. You're just a young boy. You have your whole life to entertain yourself with all kinds of pleasures." But this young boy says, "Will any of that outlast my death? Will it outlast you?" And the god of death says, "No." So this boy says, "No, then I don't want that, because it is another coming and going." So all of us, somewhere or the other, if we are in satsang, are like that young boy who are truly asking ourselves, what is it that is beyond death? Who am I? Am I something that will die? Am I something that was born? And then we go on this adventure of trying to find the self. And it's a beautiful adventure, actually, with all the dramas of the ups and downs, all the transitory ideas of getting it and losing it. of being a worthy seeker and being an unworthy seeker. But ultimately, we come to see that I cannot find it like I find other objects. I cannot find it like a feeling. I will not find it like an inference. It will not be the same quality as Archimedes, who discovered scientific principle, what is it? And shouted in the bathtub, Eureka, Eureka, because he solved something, is it? Buoyancy. So you will not resolve it or solve it in this way. It is independent of whatever you might be feeling also. You don't need to have a full yoga body or a unhealthy body. Either way, it has nothing to do with the self. It doesn't matter how much money is in your bank account or not. It doesn't matter whether we have wonderful personal relationships or not. None of this matters. What is it that you are independent of all of these things? Our worldly situation, our bodily situation, our mental situation, our psychological situation, our intellectual situation. All these toys are there. Consciousness is playing with all of these. But you are beyond all of this. How long will we use these benchmarks to signify ourselves? What does the I represent? And the sages have given us many clues. They have said that that which changes is not the self. That which comes and goes is not your reality. That which cannot be perceived through worldly eyes. And yet, it is that which knows itself. Who are you? What knows your existence? You see, this is so primal to us that the mind can come and say it can't be this because this is too obvious. How many of you have heard this song? Is that it? Ananta, is that it? So simple, it's too straightforward. But actually now we are tired of that which is complex. What is it Ashtavakra said? The mind is complex. Let it go. The world is like a coloring book of consciousness. It's colored all these colors. But within this coloring book, it has taken one object and said, this is me. The entire book, the entire universe, is nothing but a giant coloring book of consciousness. The page that it is visiting, the frame that it is visiting, with attention, that seems to create time and space. All of these are nothing but aspects of consciousness itself. Time is only so that it doesn't taste every color all at one go. It wants to savor every bite. Space is only so that everything doesn't continue to appear as one, which is its actual reality. But it wants to savor itself in all its flavor. That's why time and space. In reality, you are beyond this time. You are not contained in any space. And all of these are not fancy things. They are not esoteric. And the best news is that as you are empty of notions, this truth is completely apparent to you. The mind will protest and say, it is not apparent to me actually. It is not apparent to the mind. And it will really never be. To the mind, all of this will only seem like a concept. But what is your insight about yourself right now? No report is needed. In your heart, you know that this body boundary is not my reality. Where are you now? Do you have a location? Do you have a shape? The sensations that you are experiencing, do they contain you or do you contain them? What perceives all things? And what is aware of this perceiving? Can you remain without your conclusions? Remain without your interpretations? You have deluded yourself to believe that they are helpful to you. They are completely meaningless. You will not find the self in any corner of the world. You might run 1,000 miles in every direction, looking for the self. But you will not find it there. You will not find it in any corner of the body. All your chakras might be open. All the energy might be flowing. But that is not the self. You will not find it in any emotion, feeling, joy, or pain. You won't find it in any well-dressed thought. Because all these are changing. The self is the unchanging. All these states, the waking state, the dream state, sleep state, turiya state, none of these states can contain you. But you have believed yourself to be an object in this waking state. How could that be? Because you were prior to this. Even if there is a world and time, without you there is no time. So you are the substratum. In none of these things can you be contained. You don't even have to transcend them. Just transcend your ideas of them. You don't even have to transcend the ideas of them. Just transcend the idea of yourself. Just this one idea. The idea of I is not I. The idea of I, when you transcend it, this truth of the real I is completely apparent. No struggle needed. All the struggle is just the withdrawal symptoms of the idea of I. It's a funny struggle. It's like the fish swimming comfortably in water, but dreaming that it is thirsting for water. This beautiful amusement park is here for your joy. And yet you got so caught up in the ride that you forgot its playfulness. It's the fact that nothing here can hurt you. It's safer than Disneyland. And through the ages, you have heard so many reassurances that your reality is that which cannot be cut, it cannot be burned, cannot be scratched. And nobody has said that you will become that immortal one. Everyone has said that you are that. So just transcend this idea of I. Let it be wobbly for a bit if it has to be. It's like we've had these needless crutches. We were absolutely fine, but we had these crutches because we believed we needed them. And we throw away these needless crutches. For a while, it can play as if it is a bit wobbly without my crutch. What am I doing? I'm going to fall. But you are like a bird with perfectly functioning wings, believing that you need crutches to walk, but actually you can fly. So the wobbliness is your takeoff. You might feel like it is a falling. Don't buy the story of I. Don't let the concept rest in behind any phenomenal thing. Don't let the concept of I rest behind relationships. Don't let it rest behind money. Don't let it rest behind health of the body. And don't let it rest behind the seeker identity. You are none of these. How long will you represent one of these or many of these? That is why the question is, who does I represent? All confusion is only about this. All confusion, no matter what it might seem like, is about who I am. All regret, all guilt, all pride, everything that you can call suffering is just a confusion about I. If you are all there is, in fact, beyond even all there is also you. Now tell me, what is your suffering? What is your trouble? First, you have to invent the individual. Okay. So let's see now, Aparna wants to come. And let's see if Aparna has to invent the individual. Let's see if I can unmute.
Namaste, Father.
Okay, namaste, my dear. You were conscious or as Aparna?
You caught me right, first thing. You caught me right. I know. That's why you spoke to me. You know what I'm going to talk. I'm so grateful, Father, because I don't want to say that because I got an opportunity to do seva. There was a desire to do seva, actually, transcribing for a long time, and I got it. And I must say it was a wonderful opportunity for me because I haven't been coming to Satsang for a long time now. And that in the last, it took a long time actually to finish one big one. And that was a powerful one actually. In the end, it was like very stressful to finish it off because I was under pressure to finish off quickly. But then, even though in that stressful condition, I tried doing it, the words, what was coming out there, it was hitting like a bomb or some nuclear bomb or something, you use that to explode all these mountains and all this, something like that. It was happening, and there was sudden feeling of I can say from solid to liquid, liquid to gas state, gaseous state, how you go like that. So it was going something like that. I started to feel that this, at least deep state is okay. I can understand that part, but then that I didn't feel that it was real. But this waking state, I always felt it is a little bit real or something like that. The conversation you were having, it was making me feel lose that reality too. It's even now I can feel like it's very fluidy, or that I cannot say that there is some tangible thing to this state, and it's going deeper and deeper. I forgot that I was a person. I'm a person. I'm a human being. This whole thing is mine, my family, me. Everything is just dissolving totally. And it's not that it makes any difference or any sense to say this to you also. I hope I'm making sense to you, Father, because I'm not making sense to myself now. And honestly, I don't feel that. How do I say this? It doesn't feel I'm the human being living this life, something like that. It doesn't feel like that because you have your one blast, such a blast it is that it's taken out the whole. I don't know what it has taken out, but it has brought something else which I'm not able to explain to you. All I can say is like it's. I don't have words to even say that. maximum I can say it's like a screen or something. That's the things coming up to me to say to you. But I didn't know that if it is real or not real. But this is what is happening, and there's outside there's still so many things happening. It's so much happening and so much stress too. But that's not affecting me in any way. Honestly, I'm so happy even despite so much of stress at home. Um, it's okay. And I don't know, Father, and even today yesterday I was doing something, and there also I think I had a little bit of still something left, and that also you said it's nothing. Even this body is nothing. So everything is dissolved, or it's dissolving. I don't know, but there is something which is, you know me, Father. I don't know. I can't tell you. I hope I'm making sense, and you can uh, you can hear me what I'm trying to say.
Very good, very good. This is a very nice report. Actually, as far as Seva is concerned, here because we don't have ashram and we don't have any donation, nothing, no financial work needs to be done, no actual physical work, not much. Some of them, of course, some cleanup and things happen here needs to be done. So here I've always suggested that transcript seva is the best. And many who have done this transcript seva, they feel like before we did this, we never heard what you're saying in satsang. It felt like we were hearing, but when we wrote the transcript, we said, "Oh, this is what you're saying." You see, so I feel like it is very beautiful because it immerses you so much in the power of satsang, in the field of satsang. That, and most of you actually have done some transcripts, so you've experienced this. So this can happen. Very strong satsang can happen when we're in the transcript um, seva group. And you say that there's something hit you so strong that you saw that you are not contained in the waking state, or you're not contained in any state. The body doesn't contain you. So this hits home as your reality at some point. This is very good because many of us, especially in India, have heard these concepts for a long time, that you are not this body, you're beyond. So it has become just conceptual. But as you immerse yourself in the satsang field, you will see this as your reality. You will see that this body is just another appearance on your own screen. And this idea that I was speaking the words, I was doing the actions, all this starts to fade away. And this sense of doership gets replaced with the sense of wonder. There's just like this sense of wonder. It's like a wonder of, as a child, when you're reading a fantasy story or something like that. So this is the wonder that comes. Because you don't know what this play is going to bring. And it's a beautiful play because you see that you cannot be hurt in it. You cannot be harmed in it. So that which you call stress, you see, which used to be so strong, as long as we believe ourselves to be an individual, then when we believe ourselves to be an object, then an object can obviously be harmed by other objects. Once you see that you are not, you have no objective reality. All that is objective is just a play appearing in front of you. Then all this doesn't have a place to land. You see, grievances, anger, fear, all of these can come and go, but they don't have a landing point. It's like they're trying to land on space, but they can't find a hold on you. You see? Nothing to hold on to. So like this, as you see yourself beyond limitations, and we don't even have to make any conclusion, any judgment, nothing. Don't try to answer what is happening to me. You see? Don't try to answer this question. Because if you make a conclusion, then again, it will become opposition. Remain positionless, empty of any reference point about yourself. Because you will not become the free one. The free person can only be another position that you will take. So, and that can only come if you make a conclusion about yourself. So if you don't allow your mind to sell you any story about what is happening to you, and whether something is real or not real, and whether you are free or not free, whether you got it or didn't got it, none of this is applicable actually. This is very good. So this is the force of the words of my master, who's using this body also as an instrument. And as you're transcribing these words, you're finding that the mind's runway, the mind's landing strip is being chopped away, as nothing can represent you, then only the truth is your truest representation. As nothing phenomenal becomes a container for you, then you will find that you are beyond all concepts, beyond all that is perceived. Very good, very good. Happy to hear this report.
Thank you, Father.
If I tell you look beyond all perception, the mind will not know which way to look. Something more innocent has to follow this instruction. Look beyond all that can be perceived. You are that Shiva that is beyond the dance of Shiva. That self that is before I am. May my Master's grace allow all of you to transcend the limited idea about yourself and come to this beautiful recognition of reality. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Baba ki
Jai. Shri Ananta Ji ki Jai.